Today is already February 18th. XANA Penpenz launching is coming almost like in a week. Behind the scene, we are preparing so many stuffs. Like we just keep testing the generatives thousands by thousands time to time and adding the small adjustments, adding some parts even, and do the mix again and see the result and improve the, some parts and parts. It's like a really tense process, especially those days right before the launch, because we have to like make everything sure. And first of all, like design product has to be so good. It has to be perfect as much as possible. Then polishing the allo lists and the making sure the whitelist, the minting process has to be smooth enough. Organizing the AMA events and giveaways, because we are parallelly running several type of the allo list project for the community allocations, partner allocations, AMA allocations, and SNS allocations, and altogether it's almost like 100,000. It's like massive amount. It's like simply the largest ever in our history in this 1 year. It's pretty tense, but like we are handling it until the very last moment. Yesterday we just finished XANA Festival 2 replay, and I really loved. A lot of people enjoyed. We saw the couple hundred people simultaneously join the shows, and they spent a really great time. I really love everyone jumping around and dancing around and chatting around during the festival. This kind of experience is something that only can be experienced in the Metaverse festival. It can be over any kind of distance or like language barriers and anything. Everybody can just jump in from their home to meet up in a virtual space, spending great time simultaneously with listening to live music. That's kind of great experience. It's not something like watching a YouTube or something, because it's all of the experience is simultaneous. That is a great part of the festival, and we just keep developing this format of the show better and better. And next one will be the more amazing one. I'm actually preparing the XANA Festival 3.0 for the next one. Probably it can be after 2 weeks or latest maybe 3 weeks, because we're trying to make the new festival to be dropped once in a month, and we already dropped 2, right? So it's a time for number 3. Actually, the second one was under the concept of the J-pop or like anime music, and number 3 is gonna be, I think it's kind of pretty much mixed one with the festival tuned and the dancing tune and the famous tunes like party anthems, those kind of like a standard festival music together with our specialty like the Asia music like a K-pop and a little bit of J-pop again. Mainly, I really want to feel like super hype and powered, energetic shows in the next time, because the last one is like, that was great. That was actually really great. I really loved the show, but it's like a pop music, and I'm a super party guy. I'm like a festival guy. So like if I'm just keep playing the pop music, and I'm gonna get bored. My BPM is always set to like 128 or like 140 or something. I really want to feel the like super energetic music in the next time. I already started building the set, and this set, it just makes me so excited, super hyped. So I cannot wait to drop to you guys. Let's see, maybe it's gonna be like the end of the February or the beginning of the March. So we will meet up together until that time then. That is about the XANA Festival 3.0. And one important thing is that like we developed the gyro functions for the smartphone. That enables you to move your mobile phone just like a VR goggle. Okay, you just hold your mobile phone and you look up, and it's gonna allow you to look up in the metaverse. So actually the avatars, the first perspective view will move according to your mobile phone locations. So that function is called gyro. This has been implemented in the last update. I actually really like this function. It feels really like real. Even I didn't notice it. During the event, someone is saying that we already have a gyro function then. And I was like, what? I didn't know. Let me try. And I just tried it, and I was so excited. Oh my God, like this is great. But like, wait a minute. I'm trying to move my finger, but like, the view don't move. And I was trying to figure out like, how to move it in the 20 seconds or something. And I just thought like, oh my God, this is a bug. But actually that was not a bug, because you have to turn your face, actually the body, around to look behind or to look at the stage. I was keep facing the backwards, like the opposite side of the stage. And I was keep trying to use my finger like, oh my God, like turn around, try to turn around my avatar, but I couldn't. I was just wandering. And I finally realized, oh, this is gyro. That means maybe myself have to turn around. So like I turned around myself, and oh my God, here's a stage. So that was an amazing feeling. It is almost making me feel like I'm actually physically in the virtual space, and the directions I'm looking at in the real world is reflected to the virtual world. So that's kind of very interesting feeling, a very, very weird and interesting feeling. If I want to look up the stage with big LED, if I want to see like the XANA logo or like turning on top of the LED screen, then I really have to look up to the sky, and I can see it. That's kind of very interesting function. So I really love it, and I hope you guys gonna try it. That's a gyro function. And I was trying my best to implement the iPad build this time. It was like really difficult. So like we still need like a little bit tweak. Maybe like another week will be needed to make it perfect. It's just right there. it's around the corner. So very, very soon we will have the iPad optimized UI, and that looks really, really cool. I really like it. I already tried out, and it's like especially when you want to experience those kind of big event kind of stuff, or like exploring the big world, then that gives you a totally different feeling. It's so immersive. Like I cannot wait to deliver this function to you guys. So yes, like finally the tablet function is coming really on the way. That's the another update. Let me explain about what is coming in March. We have one commitment about March. That is the desktop version. Not only the laptop, the tablet version, but we want to release the desktop version of the XANA app. That is a big challenge, and we only worked in the last 1 month or so. We are already getting very close. I think as soon as the launch of our tablet version done, we're gonna finally test out all of the functions, which is already almost done, but like we're just still keep testing. And we're gonna shift to the final test phase for the desktop version and dropping in March. This one will be very interesting. I think some of you guys are already using the XANA builder in the desktop, so like you're kind of getting used to like how to control the things in the metaverse on the desktop. When it comes to XANA, that can totally give you a different kind of feeling. It's like the largest screen, compared to even the tablet, or like of course compared to the smartphone. It's so much bigger, and it can give you so much immersive experience. Actually, it can give you a lot of freedoms. Like the connecting the wallet is so easy because you are often like already using Web3 wallet in the desktop, right? Like NFT implementation, it can be done easily. And what else? Like more like a seamless experience with the XANA builder. That can be totally great thing. And actually, the desktop version have a two separate version. One is like a native application, so you're gonna download it, and it's gonna have a smoother experience to control the app. Another version is a browser version that doesn't require any download. You can just directly type in the URL, then you're gonna just logging in, connecting your wallet, or like just typing your email password. Then you can just get inside of within your browser. I think it's gonna be Chrome. Like those Web3 wallet usually plugins like MetaMask are usually default. It's a good fit for the like Chrome compared to other browser. That's gonna allow you to directly get into the metaverse, like website. So we are remaking our website right now. It's gonna be like a web app kind of stuff. The great part of the browser version is that you're just browsing everyone's world. Like, oh yeah, like this is the new world which is getting hot recently. This is the new world that my friend made. It's gonna be really easy to browse in the website, just like you are scrolling and browsing the content in the YouTube. So you can just directly browse those content, and once you decide to get in, then it's gonna open up the browser version of XANA for you. It can be a really seamless experience from your website to the metaverse. I think that's gonna accelerate more people coming into XANA, because a lot of people like they hesitate to download the applications, right? Especially like Web3 applications, they always feel like, oh, is this secure? Is this safe? Or like it is not fake, and it's gonna eat up on my space of the mobile phone or like a desktop, etc. Like many people just like have a little bit hurdle to get into the application. So that's why we will let them start to experience in a browser. Then if they like it, they can just start downloading it and experience the full version. Of course, the native application can be the faster, and it's gonna be easier, faster, and I think it's gonna have more functions. I think the browser is kind of limited, so we're trying to minimize the things in the browser version. We still try to provide the things which are necessary for you to explore. It's just like as a XANA, like having the avatar, customizing avatar, exploring the world, and the communications, maybe like I think still the animations or those kind of stuff can be implemented in the browser version as well. Yeah, I think so. If you really liked it, and then you can just come into the native application versions, and it's gonna give you simply faster user experience because it doesn't require much download. Not zero, but so much less download. Because browser version, everything you do, you have to download the data. You need to have a really good speed internet. It's native application still need a download though, but like most of the functions that required in the default is already in your device. You can cut those time to load those kind of things. So that is why the speed comparison is definitely faster in native applications. That's the only difference, and everything else can be really same. That is what we are aiming at the desktop version and the browser version. And after that, I probably think that if not Q2, then Q3, we are aiming to have a VR version of XANA. I really look forward to that, to wearing that VR kind of go-go and wearing the really great headphones and diving into the XANA festival. That can be like totally another level of experience. It's totally immersive. I really actually love the experience in the VR. We used to have that function in the 2 years old XANA version, but we actually haven't tried that in this 2 year. And of course, our technology and like all the designs, user experience is so much better than 2 years ago. So if we do that, the VR version this time, that can be totally beyond the imaginations. I can't wait for that. Honestly, it's gonna be not that hard as it seems, because if you have the desktop applications or desktop app game, then that's gonna be a different story. It requires some kind of quality compressions to adapt in the VR goggle, especially for the standalone, because the standalone VR CPU of it is kind of limited. It's almost like the same size and the same spec as a middle level smartphone, I think, not the latest smartphone. If the latest smartphone, maybe that CPU is better than standalone VR goggle. We really have to make sure that all of the qualities, poly counts, simultaneous users to access in the one world, those kind of stuff has to be super optimized for the VR. But our strength is that we are already achieving that in our smartphone or even the tablet. That means it's gonna be so much smoother compared to PC-based applications, which is really heavy usually. We can easily go into the VR version. All we need to do is just like making sure that all the controllers can work perfectly, because the controlling the VR or controlling the smartphone app is totally different kind of things. Finger becomes the actual controller. Only those kind of things has to be improved and optimized. Maybe UI as well. Like a VR needs some kind of new UI. That's actually all. That's all. Everything else is already there in the mobile version. That is like making it possible for us to adapt VR version in such a quick time. So that's what we are aiming for the next. And let me think what is coming up for the March. There is some kind of possibility that we're going to drop the new NFT collection in March. And this new NFT collection is something that we never dropped before. It's very new. It's a collaboration NFT and it's very new. And this collaboration might be the one which with extremely famous IP. I cannot say it, the name, but it's extremely famous, especially like recently. It's not anime or it's not like games or whatever. It's like another thing. It's quite famous. So I'm really excited to have that moment that we can announce and disclose this collaboration and the NFT drop. It's, I think, gonna be a game. It's not just like a PFP or something. It's gonna be, I think, a game. It can work as a PFP as well. Of course, like our own characters, unique character, but like, we are trying to enable it in the game because it's such a famous IP and a lot of people know about that. A lot of people will recognize XANA through that. It's gonna be great for us to take this advantage to lead those new people to coming into XANA Metaverse to play some game. So that is what we are trying to achieve by this collaboration. And probably not February, but I hope like a beginning of early March is a good time to announce that one. We are preparing those kind of things in the detail right now, and after signing the final contract and the fixed announcement, then we're gonna drop this news. I'm so excited about it. So that is the new things coming up in March. Of course, we are having a big update for the XANA Genesis. XANA Genesis Rebirth is coming up really soon. I'm sorry, but with relay, we are so extremely busy for the XANA Penpenz. So that is why it's getting a little bit delayed. And also like the system of the XANA Genesis Rebirth is very complicated. It's not just like a burn and remint. It's like we are allowing user itself to customize their own XANA Genesis. That is making it extremely difficult. Extremely. We to create a 10K of the character and when the minting, that is so much easier compared to this process. In this process, you can just pick any part of XANA Genesis to change. You can choose where to change, and we have to apply the change on the metadata to apply it to the marketplaces. So that is making this extremely tough. And sometimes we are also allowing user to remint and that NFT as a new NFT, not like just changing the metadata, but like new NFTs. So that is also something that we are trying by the request of the users. And that is also the complicated things, because some of the NFT just require to change the metadata, and some of the NFT we have to burn and remint. That's kind of extremely complicated, but we are already doing it. It has just completed for you guys. Okay, that was really tough. The Genesis Rebirth is coming first. Then in the second, we are having some kind of secret new service or new exposure, or maybe it's a new function. I can say it's a new kind of function of XANA Genesis. It's really fun. It's really fun, and I'm so excited about it. If I can say something now, we're gonna display you and showcase you another new usage of XANA Genesis. I can say that. That's gonna be really sensational, and it's gonna be something that you guys can enjoy every day, almost. I'm so excited to see this one. Actually, we are still developing it, so like I'm not like really looking at the final outcome, but I can already imagine how great it's gonna be. Let's see. It's gonna be coming very soon. That is things coming up for the XANA Genesis. Now, the XANAChain has been implemented over 3 major exchanges now. That is fantastic. Let me list up. That was OKX to be first, then Gate.io, and now BitGet. So those 3 major exchanges are now ready to withdraw or deposit Zeta token on XANAChain. So what is the good thing? One of the great thing is that you can just directly withdraw Zeta token on the XANAChain to stake it. it directly. So no need bridge anymore. That was a little bit hurdle. That was kind of scary part, but now it's totally seamless. There is nothing to do in between. You can just withdraw and directly stake. So if you feel like, yeah, I won't get more bigger rewards or like more rewards, then you can just directly go into any of those exchanges, withdraw it. So that's gonna make everyone to come to on board the XANA's ecosystem so much more. That was a huge hurdle actually for all those like traders. They are always like having a token inside of the exchange or in their wallet. If they are the DeFi guy, maybe they are like doing the staking, farming to get another token or something. If the bridge is needed in between, that's gonna be drastically reduce the visit rate, the conversion rate for the trader to the ecosystem, like the users who's in the ecosystem. The conversion is really hard. But now, since those exchanges implemented XANAChain, then those processes will be seamless. So that is a great part. More people will purchase the Zeta token and more people will come in, directly coming into XANA's ecosystem. That is a great thing, right? I'm so happy about it. I was not really thinking that this can happen this much first. In only February only, we got implemented in 3 exchanges. And there's more to come in the March, April, and many more. I'm really wishing that Japan's exchange will be ready for this one too. Anyway, this is a great signal. So we keep constantly communicating with them with their marketing resources too. We are trying to reach more and more the new users in their exchanges to get to know about XANA and coming to our ecosystem. That's what we are trying. And we've been talking about this kind of stuff in the past AMA roadshows. And all of the exchanges, they are so happy about XANA's quite impressive progressions and they're already fighting like full support for it. Next exchange, I don't know which one can be faster, but at least like 2 or 3 exchanges will jump in and implement the XANAChain very soon. And another thing is this BitGet that like we just opened the XANAChain recently. They're allowing users to purchase the token by the credit card. So now I'm talking to them to implement the Zeta token, direct to purchase Zeta token. They only have less than 10 kind of token to choose for the users to enable direct purchase by their credit card. But if they can buy Zeta token directly, that can be extremely fast. So I promise them like if they implemented Zeta like that way, then we can make sure that many people encourage them to use this BitGet to buy in a credit card. Because like Japan is still like not really crypto native, sadly. It's quite difficult for the new users to come in to get the Zeta tokens. They have to deposit for the exchange, finish the KYC, bank transfer, etc. Finally get some kind of Ethereum maybe, and they're gonna transfer Ethereum, withdraw Ethereum, and deposit again to the overseas exchange, which is maybe like a Gate or like OKX or KuCoin. Then have to do the KYC first. Then they can finally convert it to Zeta token and they can start using it. You can imagine how difficult it is. There's no doubt like many people will drop off if the process is such difficult. Even me, I'm gonna hesitate. So of course that's difficult. But imagine if you can just directly buy Zeta token by your credit card, then directly withdraw on XANAChain to stake, then that's only 2 steps. That's so short. That's easy enough, I think. Most of the Web2 experience, it's same. You just need to register your account, then input your card information, then you're gonna get it, right? It's pretty much same. Purchasing Zeta token can be that much faster and easier. So that's what we are discussing right now. And hopefully BitGet will implement XANAChain on the February 25th. And hopefully not for future, they're gonna start enabling direct to purchase Zeta token. But now you can just first buy any token that they enabled for the credit card, such as the BTC or USDT, the Ethereum. You can purchase those tokens by the credit card, then you can trade it. In that case, USDT is recommended because we have a USDT pair in the exchange. So you can just set as like registered account and use your credit card to purchase USDT and then go into the USDT Zeta token pair to trade it and convert it your USDT to Zeta token. Then you're gonna withdraw. Still, it's much better than bridging here and there. Like it's so much easier. It's like kind of one stop almost. So that's what we are working on right now, and I hope it can be available soon. Another news is that XANA is the one of the project that raising the highest interest by the AVAX ecosystems holders. So for example, if there's a big whale in the Avalanche ecosystem or a holder of AVAX and any other notable service, maybe the Chainlink, I think, and anything other, I don't know, Trader Joe. What else? Yeah, there's like Avalanche is still very new and very young. And of course, XANA is growing rapidly. So that is automatically creating this kind of situation that we are almost always top of this kind of the bullish bullish chart in the Avalanche ecosystem. We're often on the number one in the SNS, number one in the Discord growth, market cap growth, and the price change, and sentiment analysis, and top 100 whales choice, many things. There's a website, the Twitter account is providing those kind of analysis data only for the Avalanche. So that is why we can be always listed in such a top class. That is actually true. Like I can only know XANA and very few other projects which has a really potential in the Avalanche ecosystem. So that is why we are so much outstanding now, and I'm very happy about that. I don't say now it's many, but like slowly and very slowly. This is just like the matter of time. This is just simply the current market cap. Not too bad, but like it's clearly telling that nobody knows about this project. If everyone knows this project, then we are not sitting in this kind of position right now. Maybe we are already in the top 100 or something. It's obvious, very obvious that no one knows yet. It is a great timing. You guys are noticing this kind of project such early time. I believe you're already having a good roll of Zeta tokens when they're cheap. But every new users, we need new users to coming in. We think that this situation is showing that only so few people know about XANA. That's a one side sad a little bit, but like one other side is so positive. This is so bullish. That means like we are already achieving this not small result. Like our ROI is like really great. It's like almost like a 6x now since IDO launch, and that's kind of almost one of the highest ROI compared to other project which is launched in 2022. This is already great, and our NFTs are becoming like a 10x, 20x, 15x, and it's still counting. And we never dropped than the like minting price. Of course, XANA Genesis, XANA Land, it's still like high above the minting price, and our community is getting the profits. That's great, you know. We're already achieving such a great achievement by getting known for so small amount of people. That's what I feel usually when I'm seeing this kind of chart. Actually, that means many people are yet to come to XANA to hold to Zeta token. So that is why it's still small, and 50 million US dollar market cap, and fully diluted cap is like a 280 million or something. It's still super small. It's like a 10 times, 20 times even more smaller than I expect, and then compared to the way it really should be. We're still very early, and that is great. And I'm doing the strategy of the marketing for the next step to let all those the crypto native guys or NFT native guys how to let them know about XANA more. That is what I'm working on. As we are already in this high and great situation right now, and having those kind of tons of the new guys coming in, then of course you know what's gonna happen, right? We just simply look at those kind of data and just keep to our thing. Yeah, still really thankful because of you guys. We are like already achieving so much thing in Avalanche ecosystem and always becoming a top 1 or top 3 or top 2, the largest project currently. That is about Avalanche. So often, like this was kind of well asked question in the AMA that a lot of people are still not figured out what XANA really is, because we're doing many things in a very complicated level. So for the new users, sometimes they're gonna get lost, like where to go, where to watch, how to understand XANA, what is XANA. If I can simply answer this question, then I would say XANA is the infrastructure, the metaverse infrastructure powered by AI. That is, I think, the easiest way to say, because this word itself is telling everything. XANA is like metaverse. XANA is not only the metaverse. XANA is actually providing the infrastructure. With this infrastructure, users can just freely create their own thing, even can sell them on the marketplace that we own as well. They can actually own the Zeta token as their ownership, the part of the ownership for the project. That is another great thing. It's almost working as a stock, right? There's like only friendly space to grow for XANA as an infrastructure. Because if it's like a metaverse, only the metaverse app itself, then there's a lot of competitors and a lot of platforms, and they're gonna just go with the, yeah, we have a great content, and yeah, it's like we have an interesting partnership, etc., etc. But what we are looking at is that we are onboarding so many like general people or like Web2 corporations to come into the metaverse in a super easy way with using XANA's infrastructure, so that they don't have to develop anything, they don't have to invest anything, they just need to spend a little bit about knowledge. Then they can super easily onboarding and start the metaverse business. That's actually the real value of XANA, I believe. And now we are trying to bring this AI function in the metaverse. AI can do so much, like so many new things for the metaverse, such as the world I'm expecting is that the AI and humanity can coexist seamlessly almost. That world where a user cannot really recognize that your opponent that you are talking to right now is AI or you're human. I think it's going to be that level. And that must be so funny, right? Because it's kind of hard to feel that kind of feeling in the real world. If it's in the metaverse, then that's totally free. And there's a lot of like XANA Genesis holders, they're really eager to meet their own Genesis in the metaverse. I really hope that they're gonna love it. I'm so sure, 100% sure they're gonna love it. So yeah, those kind of things are the AI function. Now we're also aiming that like an automatic XANA world builder by AI or the many other things to be powered by AI. There's like almost anything can be implement AI engine to optimize the workflow or the raise up the quality. So yes, like we are really becoming a pioneer of this metaverse X AI sector. I don't know the genre. We are almost like only one who is doing this kind of genres. You know, it's very unique. That is why we just keep pushing those two things both forward together to become even more uniquer. That is what XANA really is. And there's many things about XANA, but like it's gonna be too long, so I can close this one at this moment. XANA Penpenz utility. First utility is gonna be your metaverse friend, metaverse pet. If XANA Genesis is what you call she's my metaverse partner, friend, or girlfriend, or family, whatever you want to call, it's all fit with the XANA Genesis. But when it comes to Penguin, then that's gonna be really you either friend or either your pet. And that's the really easy way to recognize it. And according to that name, the main function of the XANA Penpenz will be the metaverse experience. You're gonna meet them in the metaverse. And secondly, there's gonna be the AI function. So that we're gonna implement a new version of our AI engine there to optimize to the penguin. Even though they don't speak, you can just guess their feeling or their affections by looking at their actions or reactions. So that kind of things is what we are looking for right now. And yes, we can also experience some kind of new like mini games by using the Penpenz. It's like long goal. Other things we are already developing, but like this one, the Penpenz game, we haven't started yet. So we don't know the concrete date of launch or anything about this utility. But I really believe that metaverse experiences and AI function will be enough to start. And then later on, if we want to expand that more, then we can try, of course, anytime. Let me know about XANA's revenue stream. That is actually a great question. We sold almost over 3,000 Ethereum value of NFTs last year, 2022 only. That is huge. And that is way above than what we spend as a team for the development. I mean, company's entire cost never be that big. So if we make a launch like last year, then we can easily become a profit. And when we have profit, of course, we can spend the profit to buy back the tokens and the burn and etc. That is great things for everyone. And that can be done. And that is what we are already doing. Other things, if I want to pick up, then we are now trying to make Web2 service, but using the XANA Genesis AI. Just like the Totori Corporation is our great example. In the Totori, they made the Metaverse division and they turned their governor's avatar and the real avatar to meet up inside of the Metaverse. That was the plan. And after that, we raised a lot of attentions, right? So that kind of things is what we are trying to achieve next step. So for example, we can probably say unlocking some kind of Metaverse function or AI function will require some token to burn or some token to spend. It's kind of the same thing because as soon as those tokens come to us, then we can just burn it out. So it's kind of the same thing, but that is how we want to grow. And that is another revenue stream for XANA. In revenue as a form of the Zeta, I can still say it's a revenue, but it's more like an indirect way revenue. But it's, of course, definitely better for everyone. And if we pick one more thing, then I can probably say the major adoptions. Every time we collaborate with the major institutions, of course, they have some kind of budget to spend to implement the metaverse. And usually in those timing, we're going to jump in and then we're going to listen up that what they say. Usually they're saying like, yeah, we invest a huge money on the metaverse, but we cannot, or like users don't like it. And we want to do like XANA, but like we cannot, etc., etc. Of course, those things can be happening. Every time unlocking those functions, we can charge like extra kind of tokens or even credit card or anything. Those things can be a new revenue stream. And that things, we don't have it yet. We're trying to implement those kind of things this year. It could be in a Metaverse app or it could be in the AI, XANA Genesis. Especially like XANA Genesis could be easy because it's AI and it's going to be actually useful for any kind of situations, especially for those creators or small business owners or anyone. We're already thinking about some new functions, which is like allowing XANAChain to use as a chat bot in your website or in your web service. XANAChain as some kind of like a messenger or like a video recording and like a video host, MC for your content. Even without this kind of official function, we already seeing that like our users are so creative to create those kind of things from scratch themselves. That is great. Maybe those kind of stuff can be done by us and we can just try to get some kind of extra revenue, and we can of course spend those kind of revenue to buy back and burn Zeta tokens. So that's going to be great for everyone, right? So that is how I see and how I'm expecting for the revenue stream. Another thing is we just dropped a new blog which is mentioning that XANA closed the over 70 business collaborations in the year of 2022. We haven't tweeted yet. You will see in our blog. This is a huge list of our major adoptions. It can be the artist, company, influencers, SNS influencers, a lot of companies actually, even the school, local government, crypto exchanges, blockchain company, and TV stations, and many more. We have a huge list for the 2022 only, and we are even accelerating this process in this 2023. So we're gonna see that maybe more and more names will be on the list, but it is already for this first year, looks already amazing. It's really like wanted to share it with you guys, and you can just look at it, and I want you to feel the possibilities. There's a tons of possibilities. Anything, almost like anything in this world can be related to Metaverse or AI. So that's the reason that we only have a face to go up. More and more people know about us, then of course they're gonna see the futures. They're gonna realize that okay, Metaverse necessary, AI necessary. Then why not? So that much easy. Yes, so like that is the huge list of our corporations. And what exactly is the XANA's school that we are preparing right now? Tomorrow we have another XANA DAO meetup in Japanese. So like we're gonna talk to the planner, main guy who made this plan and organizing. We have a tons of things to do on this XANA school, and we are actually thinking not to just make this school as an educational, but we want to make this place for the almost like a job training school. It's more like direct way. Just like the school for the knowledge is like kind of indirect, still necessary though, but it's like still indirect, right? For some reason. If it's like a job training directly, then that can be so much more attracted, because that is actually what we want to do. We want to achieve. We want to have more people to be able to work in the XANA Metaverse. We want them to earn in the XANA Metaverse. Not earn from us, but like earn themselves in the XANA Metaverse. That is what we are trying. That is what we are supporting. We are so open to just provide every kind of the knowledge, informations, the skill set for everyone to learn those kind of things, for them to be able to work for themselves or work for the others about the implementation of a Metaverse. There's like huge demand out there. Like no one don't want to come to the Metaverse, but it's just simply, just like I said it before, just simply it is so much hurdles, like money, development, knowledge, etc. It's tough. As soon as we have tons of the members, like hundreds or thousands of the members who totally understand what Web3, what is Metaverse, how to integrate AI, how to release in NFTs, and how to manage, how to market NFTs, how to build the stuff in the Metaverse, etc. That can be so strong. That is so strong that almost every company wants that kind of person if they have that much of the knowledge for this kind of cutting edge technologies, the latest technologies, right? So that is what we are aiming. I don't know like how the class goes. Like, is there graduation or is there any rank or I don't know. Like we want to try to make it as some kind of game. It's going to be more fun and more learn, and you have more opportunities to do the thing. So that is just some kind of experience that we're trying to provide. And the biggest goal again is to allow everyone to be able to work in the Metaverse for what they really love to do. That is what our XANA school is aiming for. XANA school, XANA University, and like maybe university is better. XANA University is something like that. Yep, it's a great time. So thank you everyone for participating. Let's see you in the next week after the launch of XANA Penpenz. I'm kind of scared to say this one, but yes, we're gonna make it as just like we made in the past several times for the big launch. So this time as well, we're gonna make it, and we're gonna make it smooth and a great experience. Good party minting is waiting for you in the next week. So thank you so much everyone. See you in next week and have a great minting and have a good weekend. Thank you so much and good day.